But then when we started to try and find some official channel to help him, it was very difficult. Very difficult. We went through the normal GP situation, but with all due respect, they're floundering a bit too. He was quite unusual because he knew what medication he could have, or he'd push the doctor and say, well, let's try this one, because he'd read about it. But it was a very slow process. And I don't think we've settled on anything yet. You'll probably know more about it than me now, but he's still looking for a clinician or somebody to help him in the future. So that's been it must be difficult for kids and families to know where to go, because there's not a clear pathway at all. GPs struggle, and then if you find clinicians or people, you don't know if they're genuine or not, or they have got ability to deal with it. He found, and he may have told you that some people were very prescriptive. He knew exactly what they were going to do, and he felt that they weren't looking at him as an individual and drawing him out. That's been a struggle, and he's still looking. I gather you would know better than I would.
It can certainly be a real challenge to kind of access supports. I think one thing that Gray touched on that was really important to hear as well was the kind of like not letting that mean that hope is lost in a way, and his kind of recognising the things that he was still able to do for himself, and the kind of being able to take some ownership of that journey and those things that he could kind of put in place. But of course then sometimes as well obviously there's a need for more, but it was really good to hear, I think, from him that aspect of kind of still keeping on moving amidst that challenge.
And what he's learned about what has been helpful for him.
He's quite objective about it in some ways. He can stand back from himself. I'm amazed.
And it sounds like that's something that he's really practiced. It's a real skill to be able to do that. And probably at other times he might be caught in that more anxious part of his brain that of course might be more critical and things, and actually that ability to be objective is something that he's practicing and working on.
I must admit, now that he seems to be more in control of things, I've let it all slide away. Because it's nice to think, don't have to worry about it again. But I think I've learned a bit about it. I've learned what not to do, I think, rather than what I should do.
What sort of comes to mind about definitely don't do that?
What?
What are the things?
Preaching to them.
The preaching,
and saying, no, you don't do that. You shouldn't be thinking that. That's a load of rubbish. Come on, grow up. That's why.
The discounting it.
And telling him that he must feel this and he can't. And then I suppose I came to the realisation that it wasn't anything about that at all. It was a sickness, or it was something that was, you can't talk your way out of it. That's the way I see it. So I just...
That's been helpful for you to think of it like that.
When it dawned on me that he was... What I was doing was not good. Wasn't helping him at all. Because he couldn't process that, or just couldn't stop what was going on in his brain. It wasn't anything to do with being logical about a situation. What he should do. And then I just found that, what can I do? I can't do much at all. Other than just being there when he wanted to unload. which he doesn't unload particularly.
But he knows you're there.
Yeah, that's about the only thing. Yeah.